Happy New Year, creative friends. It's January 1st, 2024, and day one of the 30-day sketchbook challenge. I think this is the sixth, maybe seventh annual sketchbook challenge. For prompt one, balls, I did these Christmas tree balls. Unfortunately, my year is already getting off to kind of a rough start. And I'm expecting for this month for the challenge and probably on into the year, there's going to be a lot of days where I have a limited amount of time to do artwork. So what I'm doing here is dividing the sketchbook page into 4 spaces. So rather than trying to do a sketch on the whole page for every day, by having these smaller spaces, doing smaller sketches, it will help to keep up with the daily prompts. And so I'm following my own advice from the episode about tips to participate in art challenges. Anyway, on to my sketch for prompt 1, balls. One of the fun things about how artist Susan Yates runs the 30-day sketchbook challenge is that she announces the prompts one by one each day. So the artists participating are getting the prompt, thinking of a sketch idea, and doing their sketches and posting them day by day. It's super interesting to see how many different takes there are on the same prompt. For day 1, my first thought was sports balls, like baseball, soccer ball, football. Then my brain went off on a tangent, and I thought it would be funny to draw certain anatomical features that intact males of various species have, like maybe sketch a bull. They possess quite a pair. I gave myself a laugh about that, but decided on these Christmas ornament balls instead. To color the sketch, I used these brush pens. For this challenge, the choice of medium is very open. Artists use everything from graphite pencil to watercolor, pastel, ink, colored pencil, digital, mixed media, and more. I'd encourage you all to do a search on Instagram, Facebook, etc. Search for the hashtag 30-day sketchbook challenge to see the ideas that people get for the prompts, the different mediums they use, and then also just the variety. Some people do quick sketches like this, everything up to really finished pieces of work. So it's interesting to see. So anyway, here's day 1. Happy January 2nd. For day 2 of the sketchbook challenge, the prompt is ink, and so I'm going to do a little still life sketch of this old bottle of ink and dip pen. For this sketch, I decided to do a pencil underdrawing first. Because I'm actually looking at the objects, the bottle, the pen, on the table in front of me, and I want it to be at least somewhat accurate. It's easier, of course, to start with a pencil sketch. I can change some lines if I want to make adjustments. And unlike the Christmas ornament balls, which I just did from imagination, just out of my head, I wasn't looking at any sort of a reference. But with this sketch, again, I am doing, it's like a little mini quick still life. So started with pencil and then now am doing the ink. For anyone who's curious, this is a Copic brand, Copic, Copic brand drawing pen. So it's still sketchy, but having the pencil done first helps with sketching. Just want to mention that these clips of sketching the ink bottle and pen, they are sped up. It's not quite time-lapse speed, but it is sped up so the video doesn't get too long. And anyway, here finishing up the inking, putting on the date so that I can go on to coloring. For that, I'm using the brush pens again today. If I had more time to spend on each day's sketch, I could be doing pen and wash as a medium choice, so pen and ink with watercolor. But there's lots more drawing time involved with that, time I just don't have. So the drawing pens and brush pens really come in handy for quick sketches like this, not having to stop and wait for layers to dry. Another way that they're handy is the drawing pens and brush pens that I've been using for these sketches is that they are much more portable than taking a bottle of ink and dip pens and then watercolors where you're having to take water and then little mixing wells to mix up your colors. So portability is another nice thing about these pens. So here I'm getting close to done, putting on some finishing touches. And there we go, day 2 for the prompt ink. Please check back to see what the next few prompts are. See you then.